He's just quiet. Okay. Alright, we're back. We'll do another event, then we'll do some baby back fight. So like what we left off, I was gonna say Death Battle got something wrong. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, they were talking about how Ace isn't always fire. He has to choose to turn it on or off. And they showed a scene where Luffy in Alabasta runs into a restaurant and runs into Ace and throws him into Smoker, and they go flying. Okay, and that always like not at first, but then like at one point, you know, I started to think about it, like, huh, how come that happened? You know, shouldn't you have went through him? And they used that as an example, as like evidence that hey, you know, it's not something that's always active. It's something he has to choose to happen, and like if he's not thinking about it, you know, it doesn't happen. I don't think that's actually true, because I'm pretty sure there's been scenes where Logia types, like, I should be able to say this, but this is not like my evidence against it. They should be able to, like, I'm pretty sure there are parts where Logias get hit by something, but like they don't like when they're unaware from behind or something, and like nothing happens to them. But the reason, like, my evidence against that is that in the manga, there's the SBS. If you don't know what that is, it's a question corner where the author takes answers questions from the readers. Some are serious, you know. Some are like, you know, jokes and all that. Anyway, it's really hard for me to play well at this when I'm talking. So let me just try to win this. Sanji's is easy to get someone with.
What's your favorite, who do you play the most in this game?
Zoro, Luffy, Donkey, Crocodile. And I guess, yeah.
At the same time I played and anything map with water.
Oh, you mean like 95% of the maps?
Well, which map?
Anyway,
okay, let's see. Which maps have...
Banks, I'm talking about some, okay. The only two maps that don't have water are... there's three. There's this one, there's Eden Rock, and there's Alabasta. Those don't have water.
What about our rock?
Yeah, there is. Oh, Logtown. Sorry, I thought you meant Windmill Village. Yeah, there's Rain, Magnus. Pretty sure that's water.
That you can fall. Yeah, you can fall into rain. Puddles don't count.
Anyway, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about it because I never go to that map, so I don't like it.
Also, there's this.
Oh yeah, this one I forgot about. Alright, so 70%, whatever. Let me continue my thing. Okay, in the SBS, because you know how Crocodile can't be touched by water, right?
Yeah.
Or he can. I'm not sure like what the real thing is, because like the Funimation changes some lines, and they don't realize they change things that are important. Like, you know, the CP9, they have an ability called Shade or Sorry. And what it is that it's pretty much like they just move somewhere really fast, okay? And Luffy is able to do it with Gear Second, okay? And he explains, like, he figured out the technique by watching them, and he says all you do is that you kick the ground 10 times in an instant, okay? And that's what it is. That's what it is in the manga. That's what it is like in the anime and all that. Funimation, for some reason, decided to have Luffy say, you just kick the ground 10 to or 20 times in an instant. And it's like, why would you double that? You're just making stuff up. Unless they're like, they say that in the Japanese one, and like, the translations I've seen, like, don't add that. If not, like, they're just completely adding it and like making stuff up. Anyway. Okay, but Luffy says if Crocodile is soaked in water, he can't turn into sand, okay?
Okay.
So this may not be the perfect example, but I guess it's not. But they're saying, they asked, how does crocodile bathe if water would turn him into mud or something, or like how does he bathe without like losing his energy? If it made him lose his energy and like weakened him because he has his ability is sand, wouldn't he just be able to say, oh, I'm gonna turn off my Logia ability and take a bath? No. So it's not the most concrete, but it's kind of like, it's probably just because he's sand, but it's like, also they could have asked like why don't other like Logias like have the same problem, or like can they bathe, or do they have the same problem? So I don't know, but here's the thing I do know. Okay, the thing is though, I've told you this. Okay, the author does make mistakes. Okay, there's like some drawn mistakes that like I've seen, like just like one example of like where there's this bull, okay, that you'll meet in Dressrosa. So it's not a big deal, but he gets a horn, one of his horns broken off, okay? And then it showed, I saw a picture of the version of a chapter in or a panel in the Shonen Jump where his horn was broken, where his horn was there when it was supposed to be broken, in that it was corrected in like the release of the manga. Okay? What? And this is another example I can think of this. Like this is the authors make mistakes. Like there's this Yu-Gi-Oh! I read online, and like the translators like left a little message that there was this in one of the earlier ones. They were doing this game, or this calculation game with like cards or dice or something, and the author made like a mistake, and he left a message like where one of the characters calls him an idiot at the end of the chapter, or like on the separate page, and they explained, like the translator explained like why that was, because in the Shonen Jump he actually made a mistake in the calculations of the game, and it was corrected in the manga release, like it's a single release. Anyway, you know how Luffy, I told you, I've already explained this to you before, but Luffy isn't attracted to like romantically to people, and he doesn't like get like turned on and all that.
Yeah.
Yet there are times where like Bon Clay was showing off like his Devil Fruit ability, became Nami, and then like flashed them, and like he looked interested in all that, and all surprised.
Yeah, it was a joke.
No, the reason, like, so people ask that, like, oh, how come, Luffy, like, was attracted to that? Or, like, how come he cares about looking at, like, Nami? Because there was also the Alabasta bathhouse, and his excuse was that, like, because Usopp was there, and he influenced him, and when he's around Usopp, he, acts like, like a boy and all that. The point, what?
What about Chopper?
Chopper never got... Did he? Chopper didn't look at Nami in the bathhouse, I'm pretty sure. Him and Zoro didn't.
I did,
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure... Well, I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to... Again, like, that's the thing. Like, they were influenced. Everyone else was doing it, so they wanted to do it too. That's pretty much what the creator said, okay?
Okay.
The point is that the creator makes mistakes. There are times where, like, he's drawn Zoro's scar on the wrong eye. He's had his earrings or his swords on the wrong side. He makes mistakes, okay? So, and like, for comedy, he'll like take things away. Like, Luffy's made of rubber, right? Yet when Nami hits him, it hurts, right?
Yeah.
And like, he knows that. It's because, it's funny, right? And same with Garp. Like, people ask, because like Garp hits him, like it hurts, and they ask, like, is it love or is it hockey? And he said it's love. But yeah, he'll like, to make a joke, he'll like, change the rules and all that, right?
You know what they say? Nothing kids no defense against the kids of love. That's what Garp said.
Well, then why'd you say they? Sorry, it's just that you cut me off. You cut me off, and I was gonna say something.
Okay.
Well, they also say love is a hurricane. Anyway, yeah. So I'm pretty sure there are times where Logia's... Oh, here's the thing. Yeah, at the war, okay? Crocodile's talking or whatever, and then Doflamingo, out of nowhere, cuts off his head. Crocodile didn't know, like, I'm pretty sure he didn't know he was around. Right? I mean, Doflamingo could use hockey, but that wasn't the point. It was to get his attention, right? Or to annoy him. But, Crocodile, I'm pretty sure, was not expecting that attack. I'm pretty sure it's not something they can just turn off. It's a curse. And that's actually something I kind of liked a bit more about the 4Kids thing, that they call them cursed fruits. Because it's, well, actually, devil makes sense, too, because they say it's like a devil's in them. But I guess, like, curse made more sense. It's just because when I was a kid, I just didn't, like, really like the word devil. I don't know, it sounded kind of weird. Whoops. Great. Oh. Well,
Zoro's stronger.
Yeah, I said that.
Confirmed.
Anyway, I picked up I bought Unlimited Adventure, the Japanese version. I don't even remember when. But I started playing it just this week for the first time, and I was, if you don't know, I mentioned Summer Games Done Quick earlier. It's a charity event, a speedrunning event for charity, where they for a whole week these gamers have like in 24 hours every day, these gamers showcase off speedruns that they work at, and they you know, take a lot of donations and you know, raise money. In the summer they do it for Doctors Without Borders. Well, you know what a border is? It's like, you know, the line where that cross over two different countries. So it means that they're doctors that go to anywhere in the world, no matter what place, to you know, help people in need. And they like, they'll bring them, like, you know, medicine. They'll help, like, make their villages, like, you know, more livable and all that. It's like places that, you know, and like for free. Great, I can't believe I landed on that. I'm so bad at this when I'm talking. Anyway, point is, I did, I think, I'm pretty sure, like, every time I look on YouTube, I did a speedrun of Unlimited Adventure. And, I keep looking once in a while to see if anyone else put something up, to see if, like, you know, it's been, like, beaten or, like, someone else tried or something. Anyway, watching the speedruns kind of got me in the mood to maybe pick it up again and practice it. Like, practice and get a better time on it. And so people will usually run the Japanese version of a game because skipping text in it is way faster than the English version. It's not true for every game. Like Wind Waker, I think it's Spanish or Italian that's the faster language to do. God, I can help you anything. Did you just go right through me? So I have the Japanese version. I did the American version, and I was gonna see it, like practice it again, like see like which version, you know, maybe the Japanese one's faster. I didn't think so because skipping text in it is also pretty fast regardless. It's pretty fast regardless of what the, even though it's the English version I did it on, or the you know, the American version. But you know, I was looking for other things because sometimes when they like localize it, they bring a game over, they do some changes, and I was surprised at like some of the things that are small things that are different in that game. So the Japanese one is like way not safe to like speedrun. The thing that surprised me was that for one, whenever you go to your camp to like, I don't know, you go to your camp, usually like it refills your, in the at least in the American one, it refills your health and your stamina, right? But the Japanese one, it only like refills your, it only gives you like, it doesn't refill your stamina completely. It just like does it like, I'd say like 56% or like 60%. It doesn't fill you up all the way. Plus, when I did the speedrun, I played the game. I put the disc on the Wii U, and usually when you do that, like playing it on a a stronger system that's backwards compatible, is able to run the game better, run the load times faster, and all that. And this game, I played like playing the Japanese one, way slower with time. Switching characters also takes a long time too. Like. Finally get something on him. For some reason, like, it might like turn him like so different. Like, see right there at the end? I'm like turning it, right? But then it just stops making me go into a new direction. It stops changing my direction. But yeah, so like the Japanese one's like really unsafe to run. It's way slower. At least on the Wii. I don't know if you took the disc and played it on the Wii U. I don't know. But you do need like stamina to like, you know, to dash and all that. Having it refill, like, it's pretty crucial for like being able to use special attacks and all that. So it's like the Japanese one's just like not, you know, the American version's better. But then there's also the PAL version, which I have no idea. There's different languages in the PAL version, and you know, I'm not sure of like all the mechanics and all, like, or not mechanics, but like small things that, you know, may happen. Another thing, the game's a bit glitchier. It's way easier to freeze the game or like have it break. You know the ice part of the snow level, like where you fight Ace. There's a path that like kind of leads like back to the entrance and all that, to like the start of the level. Every time I run there, I go there. The game has a not a hard time. I'm not sure how to explain it, but the backgrounds in front of you are not there for a bit, and it takes a bit of time to load it. I don't think I've ever had that happen with the American, and sometimes I'm running and I'm dashing. I think if you're in the middle of the path, you can actually just fall through the ground there. I've had that happen many times. And the same when you go into the autumn level where you go to where Vivi is. There's a part there where like the backgrounds like you know, take a time to load and they're not there right away, so it's kind of like you're walking on nothing. How you feeling, bud? Oh, I said we do some like more Davy back fight, right? I think that would be it for this episode, for this session after this fight. I remember when I first played this, I find Sanji a bit like, I don't know, hard to remember. But no, I really like playing as him actually. The only other monthly speedruns I can find on YouTube, or like when I look them up, are there's someone who did the Luffy story mode in Grand Adventure, and you know, I watch a bit of it, but you know they pretty much, you know, the guy finds like ways to beat the fights fast and all that. And Unlimited World Red, I think, plus my Unlimited Adventure, I think those are the only like One Piece speedruns games I've ever like. They're the only ones that pop up on YouTube. Like they're the only ones I can really find. There's a site like all speedrunners go on to called Speedrunners Speed Demos Archive, which I tried to upload my video to that, but they said like they couldn't take it because they need at least a raw gameplay footage video, and mine had like a, you know, dialogue in it, right? Like I was talking in it to explain like what I was doing and all that, and it kind of sucked because I did a sound test, but like my voice was way too quiet and the game was louder, which kind of sucked. But yeah, they said that you know, they were interested, and they said like, you know, they're interested in the game. They never heard the game, and they're like they would have liked to take it, but they couldn't because like you know, I didn't have like, when I record this with my capture card, my help pouch, I don't get a video clip plus audio clip of our voices. Here we'll do one Davy back fight. So I couldn't separate them either, and if I like took out the audio, it would take out the game audio because our voices and the game audio are one. That's the way our capture card works. So yeah, but they said they never had the game, and I remember there's someone who commented who said he had his own speedrun. Like he didn't specify if it was uploaded or if it was like uploaded, or if it was like he was working on, or he was still working on it. But you know, I think, you know, people who speedrun, you know about that site and would have uploaded it to there. So I'm pretty sure I'm the first. I am at least the first one on YouTube to have, you know, to have it posted online, right? So you know, that's quite an achievement, and it was not easy. Like the run's 4 hours. Okay, it is not a short game. It's not like meant to be like beaten fast. Yeah, that's what our other brother calls it. He pretty much just uses bugging and just calls it that, and just does that move. Which again, when I was doing like Grand Adventure and I had to level up my guys, I pretty much had to just do that as buggy sometimes because you have to be cheap. Like because I was playing on Usopp's game mode, and oh my god, that game takes like the difficulty like to another level. But yeah, Robin can do this in like in like a second or even less, really. Ace is great for this too in Grand Adventure, which I'm surprised like Ace isn't not in this game. I guess someone they didn't think of using. Who else was good for this? I remember I was using someone else, but I forget. Nami's decent for this. Anyway. Yeah. Another thing I would love, like, a lot of people will take games and like for speedruns and they'll like find glitches and all that, and I want so bad to have someone play Unlimited Adventure and like, and you know, find glitches and all that, because that game seems like very sturdy. Like I remember the guy who because there are categories for speedruns for like the games and all that. For like some games have more than one category, like that are specific to like the game and like things you can do in the game and all that. So I called it mine any percent glitchless because it was about just beating the game. Some people will do like low percent where they try to get the least amount of progress in the game while beating it, and then there's 100% where, you know, where they'll complete anything. And oh my god, I would never do that. 100% speedrun of Unlimited Adventure, oh my god. The thing I like though about the Unlimited Adventure speedrun is you don't need to make the fishing rod. So you don't have to fish ever in the speedrun. So that's a good thing. Also you would have to like, if you did 100% you would have to like level up all the attacks and all that, and that's just, anyway. So I did he asked me how come this is, you categorize this as any percent glitchless. Because he looked on YouTube. I guess he searched on YouTube and he saw the video and he saw that was me, and my username like was the same and all that. But I told him because I don't think anyone's ever found glitches. He said he looked up glitches for the game, but he said people pretty much just put up anything, like just like random stuff. And I told him like it's a very sturdy game. There's like no glitches I know of that can like help like make the game go faster and all that. Because people like have a glitch like a game that's like way faster when you have a glitch, and so they'll have like a glitch category or a glitchless category. You know, I may have had it in the American, but I've had it happen quite a few times in the Japanese one. I played it and I recorded it, where I would have a coconut fall from a tree, and for some reason it would just be unbreakable. Okay, so I would like I would attack it, nothing would work, and I would change characters to see if maybe that would like reset the coconut and be able to attack. And no. So I had Luffy's for fun, just go gear second and attack it with like Gatlin and all that, and then use gear third on it, and it still didn't break the coconut. I keep like forgetting which is which special for Shanks, because whenever I think of how they work, I always think like anyway, like the input for them, I always think like, whenever I think of like doing this is AA, I think of doing like AB, and the other one I think of doing like AA for it, and even on the PlayStation it like, confuses, but it's the same thing for me. But speaking of that, you remember I told you there, on the PlayStation, how people always call it the X button, but that's actually not what it's called at all. It's called the cross button. Jinx is another guy who, for some reason, even though I played as him, like I played as him quite a bit, like as a kid, I never really remember what his his attacks are. And how come Foxy just stands there sometimes? Oh, that was lucky. I was trying to pick up the gas or the oil. You okay, bub? You've been quiet this last. We're gonna end after this fight, okay? What? Great to play with again. What were you thinking of? Other stuff?
seems some similarities between Crow and Shanks.
From Ruby?
Yeah.
What, the cape? That's about it. What, do you see them?
No, I'll just think maybe Chibi with the rejects more.
Yeah.
And or swing that chain. And
Made you think of Crow?
yes.
I forget what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something. But no, I don't really see them as being similar. I got a new one. 23, huh? So I have to do this, what, 10 more times? Let's look up here. Who I need left for... Oh, what's this? Those are the main characters. These are... Okay, so I got Hugon, Johnny... Okay, so I don't have to use Zoro, or Nami, or Luffy. Alright, so I need... No. Damn it, I can only think of onion and carrot. What's the other one's name? Yeah, pepper. Alright, so I need, pathology, so I have to do Buggy. I wonder if I can actually just get these by, playing... If I could just get these guys by playing, the story mode, or if I do get them through, the back fights. Oh my god. Because sometimes they give me 3 random ones, right? Like, they don't even give me ones that, like, of people I like that were used in the battles at all. So it's kind of like, oh my god, it's gonna take me forever, right? Alright. You want to do Carnival still?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, we're gonna do some Carnival.
I'll go get my controller. And my hat.
This saved, right? I don't want to... This is saved, right? Okay. Alright, we'll see you guys next time. I was gonna say something. I had 2 things to say. I forget, but whatever.